Supreme Court limits LGBTQ protections while ruling in favor of Christian web designer. Let's see. Yeah. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of a Christian web designer in Colorado who refuses to create websites to create same-sex weddings out of religious objections. The 6-3 decision was penned by Justice Neil Gorsuch and by Chief Justice John Roberts and Justice Samuel Alito, Amy Coney Barrett, Brett Kavanaugh, and Clarence Thomas. Justice Sonia Sotomayor penned a dissent, right, joined by her liberal colleagues, Justices Elena Kagan and Ketanji Brown. Okay? Brown Jackson, sorry. The court's decision represents a devastating blow to the LGBTQ plus protections, which have in recent years been bolstered by landmark decisions at the national highest court, including one authored 3 years ago by Gorsuch, in which the majority expanded protections for LGBTQ workers, and the 2015 case legalizing same-sex marriages. Now, this was done based on religious beliefs. The Christian web designer was basically saying, this goes against my religious beliefs. Do they have a fair argument here? Apparently, the Supreme Court thought so. What are your thoughts, Sarah?
I believe this is a very slippery slope for people to then even racially start to deny people, and for people to be even more covert in their attempts to limit resources and accessibility to people that think different than them. Because like now my religious beliefs, like you can't do, like, it's against my religion to service black people with short hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, people get, because in this country,
no, that's what I was going to say.
If I now say it's against my religion, that is now a complete weapon to discriminate to whoever you want to. So I just think that this is totally going to snowball into some whole bunch of other shit.
Yeah, because I think what happens is they don't let LGBTQ, LGBTQ plus, right? They don't let the community be a standalone, like, kind of monolithic community. Mm-hmm. And they also don't allow that for the black community. It's kind of like merged, right? Some people would say the LGBT took, the template of the civil rights movement and, incorporated it. So unfortunately, I think whatever adversely happens to the LGBTQ community at the legislative level will also indirectly happen to the black community, because in effect, this is discrimination, correct?
I totally think that it was the thought all along. I think the mastermind, because in my experience, being a part of the community for an extended period of time and stuff like that, I've never encountered more racist people than gay white men. And maybe in some weird way, some probably thought this was the best thing to happen. Well, if I know how much you don't like gay people, but I also know you don't like black people, or minorities, so that's a common ground. If you give me all these rights, but then as you take them away from me, then you take it away from them.
First off,
by merging the two together.
Let's just change right to permission. Mm-hmm. Let's just say, because some people's rights and privileges, right? A right is inalienable. A privilege is something that is given that can be taken back, right? That's really what privilege, we keep saying there's rights. A right is inalienable. That's something that is inherently in your being. I got a right to be this way. This is who I am, right? I have a right as a human being, right? It's different than privileges and permission. You got permissions. You got a permission slip. And take all that shit away from you. Don't ever get that twisted.